What's up, everybody?
Whoa.
Jay, when you sit down, did you check that to make
Yes,
sure?
I did.
Cool. Hi. We're gonna play a game.
I want to play a game.
Will we play a game?
No.
I recognize that
I-
reference.
I just have to show off. So I got tired of taking computer notes.
No, you didn't get tired of taking computer notes. You accidentally deleted all of your computer notes and realized that you made a fault.
No, I deleted them and then I was going to try and redo them, and then I got tired of it and I was like, screw it. So my statement's still accurate.
This is my lovely versatile notebook. It's not a very pretty color, but it's a nice texture. It's got one of the cloth covers, and so it feels good in
Ooh.
hands.
I had a really awesome leather one when I was a player. Now my notebook is somewhat of this thing, somewhat of scrap pieces of paper, and mainly this recording.
You feel the struggle. I will say OneNote did come in very handy.
OneNote is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one day I'll get around to using that maybe. I hear it's great. I'm a lazy person. All right, let's play a game, y'all. So,
The best part of every session.
previously on The Keep, while attempting to make their way to Eastwatch, our heroes were ambushed in the night. After a hard-fought battle, our fearless friends arose and were victorious, with the bandits slain or retreating. Feeling a surge of magic rise within her during the fight, Augustina runs off into the dark, fearing for the safety of her friends. The savage wolf and Riker quickly pursue after her, eventually bringing her back to camp. While sleeping that night, Riker had a dream, hinting at elements of his past. Past wrought with fear. With the onset of morning, our friends set off once again. However, after a day of travel, they now must decide on which path to take. Do they continue to follow the King's Road around the Mellist Forest, or do they go into the forest in the hopes of finding Rory and Riker's family? Let's find out! So, we will say that it is, you guys have completed another long rest as you are waking up and deciding now on which path to take. I know that there's a couple options before you.
We take the good path.
I feel like that is not an option, because any path we take, there's going to be bad things.
Just say we take the right path and see what the DM does. The correct path. I'll amend that.
So, you guys are sitting at a
Breakfast with bacon and eggs and cheese and biscuits. All right, continue.
At this point in the road, it veers off slightly. There is a path that leads off to the right that would continue and circle around the forest, staying on the King's Road, and then there's a path that goes off to the left, and that will lead you to Fort Turnak, and then the road that leads north. In front of you, you can see the sprawling advance of the forest, maybe a half a day's ride or so across open plains. And that is about where you sit. You think that you're maybe half a day or so from Fort Turnak, and then the road just continues the other direction.
Augustine is continuing to play biscuit skeet with Gray.
Nice. Rory, you said that your family lives in this forest. Would it be better to enter the forest now or head more northerly?
Let me look at my mail.
Good lord. I'm a bad player that didn't look at this text from earlier. We still got we're like a third of the way there, maybe.
Yeah.
Not even.
Yeah. I don't remember if I did or not, but I had that lantern and that, I think it was a hand crossbow that Kari gave me to give to Tina, so I do that. And I tell her where it came from, so I did the thing.
Oh, thank you.
Tell that to her. She's the one who gave it to me.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Car will put it in the trunk of the cart. Yeah, just wanted to see if maybe you'd.
If we cut due east from about this point, we will come pretty close to where my family's at. And then on the other side of the forest, the road reconnects with the road that goes east. So that seems like it would make sense.
Now, how about hauling a cart through the forest? Would that be slower going?
Well, if
That
we're walking and the horses are walking, I assume it would be about the same. But if we're trying to ride the horses through the forest, I'm sure that wouldn't probably go well.
And we do have the cart to take care of as well.
That could slow us down.
Well, it's not like we're really on a time crunch, so
Well, you know.
we can take a little bit of time. And if you really want to see your family,
I think that is the bottom line. How comfortable are the two of you going to see family?
Should be loads of fun.
Then let's go see family.
Grady. I think that was sarcasm.
I think you're right. That's why I was being sarcastic back.
I'd definitely like to see my family, but I don't want to slow us down. I don't know how supplies are looking, but we could also get stuff from the tribe, anything that we needed.
I mean, what do our supplies look like? Are we in need?
I mean, we geared up for a 2-week journey.
Yeah, you geared up for a 2-week journey, and you are on day 5 of what would be. So,
I mean, it's always better to have a little bit more than a whole lot less, so we can resupply, and it would be a good opportunity to see people again.
okay.
Let's head on through the forest.
So where the road forks, y'all take neither and just move straight forward into. All right.
I mean,
I feel like that
Starting
is
your
the
own
theme
path.
of this campaign.
Yeah.
You can go left or you can go right. We're going straight.
Perfect. Y'all.
Maybe I misunderstood. I thought there was a path into the woods that we were going to use.
There's no path. There is no road through the woods. All the roads go around.
As long as we get home before dark.
Trailblazers.
we're not. We're not.
Yes, on the map, what is the line that cuts the woods in half? It goes.
That would be if it's a solid line, that would be a river.
Okay.
The dotted lines are roads.
Okay. So I'll tell everybody. There's a river that runs through the forest. It's probably a little north of us, but if we head just a little bit northward as we go east, we'll hit the river, and if we just follow the river, we'll find my tribe.
Fishing.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Will we be able to take the cart through the woods? If there's no road for it, that might be a little difficult. I'd hate to abandon such an investment.
I think we can make it in as we go. It might take a little bit of maneuvering and maybe leaving the river, but if we understand where the river is, we should be able to continue along that trail. So,
I mean, you two know this area, yes?
no.
I do.
All right, so you know this area. I mean, is this going to work for keeping the cart?
like Riker said, it's possible we can get it through. It might slow us down a little. At worst case, we might come to a spot that's too thick, and we'll have to figure out a way to go around. But for the most part, the trees have to stay far enough apart for their root systems, and so the cart will fit. There shouldn't be too tight of a spot. And the forest is pretty flat. We won't have to cover any aggressively rocky terrain or cliffs or anything like that I remember.
Those dreaded words.
Subject to DM's discretion.
Depends on where you go in the forest.
That way. The
So,
way he just described.
Do you guys, because the river is a bit north of y'all, so do y'all want to travel north and then cut across until you can...
You take the road just a little bit north.
Okay.
Does the river cross on your map? The river just stops, so I didn't know if it actually crossed the road or if that was
It kind of stops just outside of the forest.
goes underground or something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is there a reason they don't have a path that actually leads through the forest?
Are you asking me?
Yep. Looking at this, and I'm slightly curious and equal parts concerned. I've heard of strange forests with spiders and trails and nighttime
And
parties
spider
that
trail.
disappear.
I mean, this is the forest we grew up in. Like, the tribes of the forest don't interact a ton with, the outside cities. So there's not necessarily a reason, and they know the forest well enough to get around and in and out of it if they want to. So they don't really need roads, and the people of the city aren't concerned that much with the forest. So it would be a lot of work to build a road. And I don't think the tribes of the forest would take very kindly to the deforestation and, road building through the forest.
I'm okay with this.
Okay.
Tally-ho!
So you guys travel, you take the road that would lead towards Fort Turnack as y'all divert more north then. And with that, I would like somebody roll a d20 as we
Not me.
journey.
I'm gonna say Rory should roll the d20 because he's starting us off in the forest.
You did it. I was gonna make you revere it, but oh yay! The two of y'all are the ones who haven't rolled yet. 15. Man, you made me waste a good double-digit roll.
You should be glad I didn't roll.
So
A 1 could be good.
as you guys are traveling down, it is a fairly nice day. And you see off in the distance ahead of you, looks to be 4 figures walking.
I was waiting for that clown shoe to drop.
It's a size
As you-
35.
As you get a little bit closer, you see that they appear to be armored. They are wearing what looks to be maybe like a half plate or something, carrying spears and a shield.
So they're coming from the north.
Yes.
Do they look aggressive?
Nope.
Do they have, what's the insignia on them? The identifiers?
You actually, because you passed some of these, you would recognize these to be some of the realm shields, the soldiers
Oh, yeah.
of the area.
I don't know.
Of what area? Are they?
The realm shield are the soldiers of the kingdom, and so they would be the ones who are occupying Fort Turnack, and they generally are the ones who patrol the roads. The Cerulean Watch are the guards of the cities, but when it comes to the roads and the open areas, it is the realm shields or the army that patrol and maintain order within that.
So the T that we came to, that's basically where Fort Turnack was. We were probably an eye shot, so they would be returning to Fort Turnack.
No, you guys haven't reached Fort Turnack. So at that T, you guys are at a T. You guys took the road. You guys are heading towards Fort Turnack right now.
Oh, that was the first T. Wait a second.
Yeah. The
Oh.
road makes essentially a triangle.
I see. Yeah, there's a delta there. Okay, cool. Thanks.
So yeah, so you guys are
They're
heading
coming from
towards.
Fort Turnack then.
Yeah, they are coming from Fort Turnack.
Familiar with. Okay, sweet.
Do y'all continue on the road? Do y'all step off the road? Do y'all just pass?
Have my people ever do we have good or poor or any relations with the forest being right on the outside of the forest? I'm sure I at least know of it.
I mean, to some degree, you know it's there. Y'all have good relations in. I mean, you don't really interact. You don't need to trade with them or anything, and they don't have anything to do with y'all. But you know that it's there.
Do we watch the forest for them, or do they patrol the forest and they know we're there?
They generally stay out of the forest. They
say the forest is safe because it's peaceful people, and they kind of just leave it alone.
Yeah, but the forest is also deadly because there's crazy things that live in there as well, and it doesn't always end well for people who go into it.
Perfect.
Augustina's gonna nestle herself down further in the cart and just kind of focus on trying to work on her blanket.
So as you guys
also will kind of like into the cart.
Okay. So as
Just
y'all
kind of one of these kind of like.
Do I see them starting to like nestle themselves into the cart as I'm driving?
Oh yeah, no, they're not being subtle about it. They're
I'm
trying
trying to move my blanket over both of them because I don't like this.
As they sort of duck down and you pass each other on the road,
I'll wave and acknowledge them.
they sort of give you a courteous head nod as they continue with their patrol, and you all roll by. As you continue on, you do see ahead of you the large stone walls that you would imagine to be Fort Turnak, with heavy wooden doors reinforced with iron standing outside. As y'all get a little closer, you notice that the road does curve around it, and then there is a sort of break off that would go into it.
As we move away from the guards toward the fort a little ways, if I turn around, does it look like they've just continued on their way?
Yep. Looks like they're on a patrol, it seems, and y'all are seemingly just travelers at this point.
Sure.
So you slide past Fort Turnak. You notice on the walls there are individuals moving up there. You see what looks to be sentries or guards of some sort. And beyond the wall, you do see there looks to be some sort of central structure, also made of stone, that seems to be in the middle of this large stone walled area. And it is 4 walls bordering. You do notice that where the fort is, there's still a good half mile or so between the fort and the edge of the forest. It seems they keep their distance a little bit from the trees.
How long have we been traveling so far?
By this point, it's nearing midday. Not quite, maybe like 11.
Yeah. Do we want to offload some of our acquired merchandise while we're here, or keep hold of it till we reach your villages?
Remind me which acquired merchandise we have.
We have a crap ton of studded leather armors, short swords, hand axes, various other stuff.
Your cart is loaded down with a bunch of weapons.
We have weapons and armor for days.
I'm going to look back into the cart and kind of move the blanket.
I'm awake from my nap.
Stop? Do we want to stop and make some money?
Do I know anything about the fort?
Not really.
Just from their reaction, I get the impression they don't have favorable recognition in this place.
I mean, I don't know. Do we need to stop?
I don't think the goods will do us I don't think the stuff's gonna do us much good with my tribe, or maybe some of the other tribes a little bit, but
I just think the less that we have to drag through the forest, the better.
You know, I am all for making profit. I am not as interested in interacting with soldiers.
maybe we could do one of those things, since the cart is going to be hard to take through. We can sell them the cart and everything on it for
a single price, but they can't know what's in it until they buy it.
This
Oh,
man
like
knows.
Chris tried to do.
I have heard of this. They call them loot crates. This is a brilliant man. Blind box. Yes, I have heard of these.
If we
You're a
have
clever
to make
man.
our way back this way, as much integrity and honesty in dealings with these people might be our best option at this time. I do think that is a very good idea, Rory. I just don't know if we have anything really of value per se, infinite value or deep value.
And I don't know how many questions we want them to have to answer about how we obtained such goods
That
from
is a
this
very good.
particular location.
Oh, I am sure that there's many a traveler who fight off the occasional bandit and end up with their gear. I mean, in this particular case, honesty is the
What
best
is-
policy.
What is the condition of the majority of this stuff? I mean, like the armor, I guess. I don't know, any of the standard goods that we took, because they had like the basic. A lot of these guys had basic adventuring gear, right?
Yeah, it looked well kept. Like it was not. It looked like well maintained and preserved.
Any distinguishing like logos, markings, sigils, or any of that kind of
No.
no telltale. It's all bog standard stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That
Oh, I
is-
don't know if you guys still have anything from the Goblin Horde. The Goblin Horde was
We sold that.
a little beat up.
We sold that already.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Well, I think we abandoned a lot of that stuff too.
I think I
'cause
did.
A lot of it was
Yeah.
The stuff
garbo.
value we took and I
Yeah.
traded and
Yeah.
we exchanged.
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone's nervous about going in, I don't mind going and making a quick drop off and walking away with what coin we can, but I didn't want to sell
Yeah.
I didn't want to sell anything if anybody wanted to keep it.
I got a new sword, some new knives, and a dope ass pair of gloves. I'm fine with getting rid of the rest of the shit.
Yes, I don't mind waiting out here while you do your business, and then if I might make a request, go ahead and grab me a nice dagger, one that could be used for.
We've got like 17 of them, so what?
Do we have
this-
17? Because I thought
Not not literally, but I got three.
Dog,
we got three.
I literally have 8. Do you
yes,
want
that's why
one?
I'm not trying to take them. Like I understand hoarding daggers.
Yeah.
That was my entire last
Hold
character.
on.
But at the same time, he has gloves of returning now. So.
Yeah,
fair.
I
Well-
have 8 of them, so if
deal, then I
anybody
will
wants
take
a few
one.
knives, now that I have a way to get my shit back without having to go chase it down, I can give away at least, I'll give away half of my daggers if you want.
I'll take one.
Alright.
Cool. Does anyone?
How do I...
Augustina's gonna start like readjusting her hair buns to be closer to her horns and take a scrap of fabric and tie it over her head, tie it her horns and her ears, and put a little bit around her waist to make skirt. She says, "I'm ready."
Oh. All right. So does anyone not want to go?
If we get rid of the cart, it's going to be hard for Augustina on a horse.
I wasn't planning on getting rid of the cart, to be
Okay,
perfectly honest, just making it lighter.
Perfect, and I'm all right with this. Yes, I will move on out to the forest and see what I can, and I'll meet y'all on the way out there.
Okay.
Alright. And
So-
was anybody else taking a knife from my knife hoard?
Collection.
No? Okay.
I'm putting that in my boot.
Cool. Then I have lucky 7. Awesome.
All right. So Riker is continuing on up the road a little bit to look ahead. Kari is taking the cart in. Is everybody going with Kari, or are some people going with Riker?
Yeah, I'll go with Kari.
Okay.
Augustina will stay with Riker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other two?
The other 2.
I'll
Hey,
go with Kari.
you guys.
Okay. And Rory?
I'll go with Riker.
Okay. All right. So as
Even split.
three of y'all sort of head
Yay,
up to
split the
ahead.
party!
the other three, as y'all approach the fort with the cart, you hear a voice shout out to you. Oh, you will go no further?
We Kari puts her hands up. We come in peace. Just looking to see if we could sell any of the items in our cart. We have weapons, armor, a few supplies.
Yes, we found a few things while traveling that they seemed abandoned, though in good condition. We were hoping to offload them to make our continued travel a little easier. Is there perhaps a place that we could potentially sell them?
I'll call out the quartermaster. He'll see if he wants them or not. And at that, you hear a little bit of yelling. And after a few moments...
does the yelling sound aggressive?
No, it sounds like they're calling for somebody. You see one of the doors open slightly on these heavy wooden doors.
Just being a bud.
And you see 3 figures. No, I'm not talking. Literally not talking to you. You see 3 figures step out.
Hate when that happens.
2 seem to be fairly well armed, as you saw, and the third sort of leading the way, slightly less armed.
While we were waiting for them, Kari's going to back and like organize things, like she's seen in the displays in the towns.
Okay. So for speed purposes, what are you selling? And the quartermaster will see if he wants to buy it or not.
3 studded leather.
Okay.
3 short swords.
Okay.
2 hand axes.
I'll throw in. Well, no, hold on. I was considering throwing my short sword in there too, but I don't know now.
A chain shirt. 2 long swords. And the hand bow and crossbow bolts.
Okay. So you'll get 35 for each of the studded leather.
Okay. So,
105.
thank you.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and toss my short sword in there as well, because the rapier and the short sword do the same type of damage, but the rapier potentially does more. So no more short sword.
Until you take the dual wielder feat, Garrett.
Yes, rapier.
Until you take the dual wielder feat, you cannot dual wield a rapier, and because both weapons have to be light, and the rapier is not light. So unless you take the dual wielder feat, you have to have a short sword in there.
I thought it also worked with finesse too.
No, finesse lets you use dex. Light lets you dual wield until you take the dual wielder feat.
Then never mind.
You could have changed shirt.
Yep, chain shirt.
You would offer 35 for the chain shirt as well.
Cool.
And then you said there was a short sword, right?
Let's see. 3 short swords.
You get 7 for each of the short swords. Hand axes.
2 hand axes.
He gives you 5 total hand axes.
66.
And then 2 long swords.
2 long swords, he'll give you 10 each, so 20 total for that.
186.
You said a hand crossbow?
Yeah.
So yeah, the hand crossbow, he'll give you 64. And then you're selling all the bolts?
Yeah, 27 of them.
He'll probably give you just a single gold piece for all 27 of them.
That's fine.
Yeah. So.
That's some serious coinage.
Ew.
And the cart is much lighter.
Yep. So you guys sell off your goods. They purchase them and then head back into the fort. You guys continue on north until you reach the part where you believe the river to be off to the east. Excuse me. You leave the road. Eventually you do find the river, as it does seem to disappear into the ground, leading underground somewhere.
Is the river flowing towards us or with us?
It is now flowing against you guys. It is flowing into the ground, and you guys are now you're going upstream. Yep. And so with that, you guys, you can make camp on the edge of the forest, as it is at this point maybe 4 or 5 o'clock, or you can push on for a few more hours and keep going. It's still fairly light out. You guys haven't been traveling for a complete full day, but you guys are now off the road at the edge of the forest.
Personally recommend a fireplace and food and sleep in the open plains before we get into the forest, and let us make good trek, and it'll give us a better chance to get our bearings and see what might await us in the forest come morning time and in the daylight.
I have no problem with this.
Okay. You guys
Sleep time.
Yep. You guys are right by the river.
I'm gonna go fishing.
Okay.
I will join him.
I'll give you a pole and some fishing.
I already have one.
Yes.
I'll hang out and watch them.
Okay.
I would like to do that.
I
Courage.
will.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mayor.
Let's all hang out and fish and watch fish.
I was going to ask Rory. So, can you tell us a little bit about your family? Maybe what we can expect moving forward. Do you have any other siblings?
Yeah. So, Riker and I are the oldest of 7. I'm the oldest, but only by a couple of minutes, and then Riker. And then Rasta is the next one. She's our oldest sister. She acts like she's the oldest, even though she's really the 3rd oldest. And then Raven, Raven kind of reminds me of Augustina, and a little bit like Augie back at Mr. Callahan's shop. She's got a lot of personality and she's really fun. Roger, she's quiet. She likes to write poetry and it's kind of dark. She's interesting. She can be fun though. But yeah, that's Roger. And then Ren is our littlest sister, and she just loves bright colors and fun clothes, and just she's kind of your typical little girl. And then Kevin is our littlest, our brother. He's the youngest, and he just likes, bugs.
You two had a fun time coming up with them names, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he just like bugs and throwing rocks, and he's a sweet kid. But that's the siblings. And then my parents are both kind of philosopher and psychologists, so they're really nice, and our family got along really well, but they like to figure out what's going on all the time. They can sit down and talk about things, and I didn't like that.
You didn't like that because you found it uninteresting,
I
or
find it uncomfortable. I don't like to just sit around and talk about my feelings. So I like for it to come out naturally and not to be like forced.
oh, okay. That makes sense. Less like you're under the microscope, which is a device I hear alchemists use or something.
Oh, that sounds cool. I want a microscope.
Yeah.
But that's the family, and then Riker and me, and we haven't seen them in, well, I haven't seen them in 3 years, and it's been a little bit longer for Riker. It's been, I guess,
1 week.
4. So.
Interesting.
Are there other families as large as yours, or is it just the? I'm trying to understand. Is it more of a village, more of your family sort of claiming their own domain. What can we expect?
There's more people. Not all the family are as big as us. So I don't know what tribe we'll run into first. So my tribe is specifically a tribe of furbolgs, and they're called the Amante Silvum. But there's also other, druidic type tribes throughout the Melis Forest, and they can be pretty nice. Everybody who lives in the forest gets along for the most part. They're more worried about the other bad things that are in the forest. So they work together when they need to, but they're also pretty, self-sustaining groups. As far as I know, there's not any, bad blood between any of them, but I don't know a whole lot. I barely hit my coming of age before Riker disappeared, and I went to look for him. So I don't know a whole lot, but
is it going to be a problem that we're not furbolgs?
no.
If we're going to meet with your tribe?
No, that's fine. You couldn't be part of the tribe, but they're not like, they don't, dislike people who aren't furbolgs or stuff. Like I said, we have good relations with there's some druidic tribes. Penny actually came from one of the leaders of another druidic tribe that I did a favor for once, and there are all sorts of people on there. They just like nature and living out in the woods, and yeah.
Can I ask a question that might be a little bit awkward?
Okay.
And you feel free not to answer if it makes you uncomfortable. Entirely up to you. You're very much a furbolg.
That is true.
Riker is not.
That's not true.
Yes.
Let me say, rather than Riker doesn't look like a furbolg.
That's true.
Freddie is just watching this interaction with great interest.
Augustine is gleeful.
Carter
ask-
hands Gray a can of popcorn. I'm
Can I
still
ask what
Somebody get Michael Jackson his
happens-
popcorn.
That's very rude to ask people.
It's entirely possible he doesn't want to answer. It's entirely at his own discretion.
That's fine, but it's still really rude to ask people that kind of stuff.
That's a good point, Augustina. Did you catch anything? You can see he's very visibly uncomfortable, and he doesn't know how to verbally express it, and so he just tries to shift. Did you catch anything?
Can the question be repeated for some of us who didn't hear the question?
She asked how Riker became not furbolg-like.
I mean, nobody's here to ask you why your hair is blue.
I could tell you if you wanted to ask. It's
If I wanted to ask, I would, but it doesn't matter because you look the way you look.
you're not wrong.
Man, this got topical pretty damn fast, eh?
Catch anything?
I don't know.
I'm gonna hold up my catch with Augustina.
Wait, are you holding up the catch with her, or are you holding up the catch and her?
Yes.
Which with is
I'm
this?
holding her
he's
up and
probably
she's pulling
holding-
the fish in, just giving her a little bit more space, trying to get the fish out of the water. No, I'm
Because Augustina's yelling over her shoulder the whole time.
He's holding on to one end of the fish and she's dangling from the other end.
No, I'm not picking her
Yeah.
up. I'm saying the fish that she and I caught. And I am not turning around either. I'm literally back to the group, just like fish up in the air.
Having-
Go ahead, Amir.
As I say, having seen Rory's discomfort and not He's not wanting to answer, and then Riker being very directly away. I sort of look over at Kari and is like, well, what about you, Kari? Do you have any siblings?
Unfortunately, I can't say that I do. Well, at least none that I know of. I was given to the monastery at a very young age, so there may be more, there may not be. Not entirely sure. Unfortunately, the last time I was went home, there was no one there, so still something to look forward to one day. But while we're on the topic, why is your hair blue? Is that natural, or?
Did you not listen to anything? That's very rude to ask people this stuff.
It's all right, Augustine. I don't mind. I take after my mother. Her hair was slightly more green. Father said it looked like the ocean. I don't know if he quite knew what the ocean looked like, but it always made Mother laugh.
So it actually does come naturally. I can honestly say I've never seen anyone with your color hair before. And she spends a moment like pulling her own hair and like trying to get the colors to match up. It's like, it's interesting.
It runs in my family a little bit. Like I said, I take after Mother. My sister took after our father. Much more common hair color, brunette. Shades of red, a little bit of auburn. Still beautiful. I was kind of jealous how easily she would fit in with the rest of our clan, but no, it's entirely natural.
And Kari's sitting there like unsuccessfully like going through the rainbow of colors trying to make it work. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit jealous. But I don't know, maybe it'll take some practice.
There's only 6 or 7 colors in the rainbow. You might need to expand your inventory.
Oh no. One of the things I've noticed is that the
Orange,
female eye can
purple,
see like
blue.
20 shades of the same color.
That's great.
That's why we get into the 50 shades. We don't talk about that.
There's blue and gray, and the two do not mix as far as I'm able to discern.
There are at least 50 shades of gray.
And with that, you guys have your fish and food and set up for the night.
Fish and chips tonight.
For watches, who would like to make first watch?
I'll take last watch.
Okay.
I'll take first watch.
All right. So Kari, if you're taking first watch.
Anyone wants to take watch with me, they're more than welcome.
Sure.
I would like perception checks from whoever's on watch first.
Oh, that's terrible. That's a 13.
Okay.
Oh, shiesty. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I picked this one, so let's go. That's not good. That's less than what Jay got.
Oh dear.
Okay. Yeah. Seems to go without issue. Second watch.
I'll take second watch.
Yeah.
Yes, Augustine, and we'll take that one too.
Okay.
Oh, good. Bonding time. I am enjoying poking the bear.
Get that far.
That's a 18 perception.
18.
I was definitely distracted on my
Oh.
watch.
Seems to pass without issue. You don't really notice anything besides some night noises from the forest of various creatures.
One blow.
Mare tries to, like, right at the front of the watch. She'll let about 10 minutes pass sort of quietly. And trying to strike up a awkwardly bring up a conversation with Augustina. Just,
If I were awake, I'd be so proud.
I can't help but have noticed there seems to be some we could call it attention perhaps between the two of us. I don't know if perhaps I have offended you in some way, or if there's something I need to amend about my behavior. If I've made you uncomfortable, I do want to apologize for anything that I might have done.
I don't know what you're talking about. You seem perfectly nice. I'm gonna continue working on my blanket.
It's coming along lovely. I love the color choices.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful night.
Kind of balmy.
The breeze is lovely.
Makes the fire spit things in my face. I'm not sure I like it.
Would you like to sit over here? It's a little bit.
No, I wouldn't want to disturb you. You stay where you're at.
I don't mind. It's whatever's most convenient for you. And it goes on awkwardly for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, your watch continues with random comments that are shrugged off and then awkward silence for a while. And that's sort of just how it goes. And then third watch comes around. Would you like to make a perception check, Riker?
No. I'll take that though. It's a modified one.
Modified 20.
Ew.
I'm up with just working on the giant cipher.
Okay, then if you're working on that, make an intelligence check.
See if we can keep improving.
The night's quiet. As the sun begins to rise, you hear birds seem to awaken within the forest as morning comes. Yes, Rory, what was your check?
It's a 22.
20?
Whoa!
Okay. You guys have your conversation.
Rory, what are they like?
Well, I would think you know, but Gray's pretty loud.
Not them.
There's a lot of fun.
You know, not them.
Yes, he is. He is very loud.
What's who like?
Mom and Dad.
Do you not remember anything?
I remember you. They say there's a bond between twins. And I guess if there is a great and powerful in charge, maybe he knew that when he put us here. But no, I don't remember the rest. I just remember being afraid and running out of that tunnel and surviving in the slums until you got here. And then we went away and that's it. I don't remember home. I don't remember this place. It seems like a dream of a dream, maybe. But my memories are not tangible, concrete. They're wisps of smoke in the night of a dying fire.
Well,
That was a good line, man. Shit's deep.
they're both really nice and they care about us a lot. They're both really smart, and you know, being in the forest, it's a lot more about being subsistent and you know, a lot of agriculture and people who work with animals. It's not a lot of academic people, but Mom and Dad always loved to read, and they were one of the few people that would interact with the outside world and get books. And That's, I mean, where my love of learning came from, and where, you know, Roger learned to love poetry, and, you know, they studied to, they wanted to help people and help people figure out their problems. And they definitely have a goofy side too, and they were always a lot of fun, and they loved us a whole lot. And it was really hard for them when you left. Well, when you disappeared. I know you didn't leave, but it was really hard for them when I left. But they were understanding, and they knew that I had to find you. And I know that they'll be excited to see you again, even though you look different. Miss Mary doesn't know what she's talking about. You're still a Furbolg, and that means you can still be part of our tribe, and you're always part of our family. And I know that Mom and Dad are gonna have a lot of questions, and you know, it's probably gonna be a long conversation, or a few of them, but I'm excited to see them, and I hope you are too.
I think I'm afraid. I'm excited, but I'm afraid. I don't know if I liked reading or what I did. I don't know what happened to me. How do you go back looking entirely different on the outside and a little bit different on the inside after disappearing for years, and say, hey, Mom and Dad, I'm back? And then just, you don't, there is no going back after that. I guess you can only go forward. But sometimes going forward is a lot easier when you knew where you came from. I came out of a tunnel, Rory. Running and scared, and I don't even remember them. So yes, I'm afraid. And I can't answer their questions. And that makes me even more afraid.
Well, I don't think they'll care what you look like. It's like Augustina said, it's just how you look, and I'll instantly look like Riker down to a T. Like, I mean, what's an appearance to our people? We can look like whatever we want. It's no different. It's just like, you know, Miss Kari changing her hair. You just changed your everything. I know you won't have answers to their questions, and I'll help where I can, but when I found you and we decided not to go back, when we decided to make a home, I always hoped that it wouldn't be forever. And we found Mr. Callahan, and he was a great teacher, and I like working with him too. And Augie was great, and we had a good life, but for me, it wasn't supposed to be permanent. I knew that you weren't ready to go home and that we didn't have answers, but now that we're out, now that we're traveling, maybe it's time that we find the answers. And maybe that's the only answer that we have for them now, is that for a time, there was just recovery, and now maybe we're ready to try to find those answers.
I think it is good that we're going back. Being afraid of something doesn't mean that it's the wrong thing to do. And I am glad that you're here. And thank you for being patient while I wasn't ready to come back. That was a sacrifice.
Of course.
I'm gonna make an extra strong pot of coffee.
Just think about all the material that Roger will have for her poems.
I will be very curious to hear some of these poems.
You will live on in legend.
It is good to be
If I were awake, I would be so proud.
So, with that, as you drink some of the extra strong coffee, Rory, the blueprints that you've been studying so vigorously begin to make sense a little bit. And you discover that they are written in giant and reference a set of gauntlets. You can't quite tell exactly what the gauntlets would do, but they seems to reference the gauntlets of King Dulgar. And
Dul means two, and a gar is an aggressive fish.
It's an ugly one, too.
You can fight with two fish, but I'm not sure yet. I still have work to do.
I'm gonna say I think there's more to it than that.
That'd be pretty cool. Those things are long and they have sharp teeth. They make pretty good weapons.
Maybe.
Augustina seems to know a lot about fish. Maybe I'll ask her.
And so what you have now is you have an idea of what these blueprints point towards. You'll need to find. You can attempt to craft them. You'll need to find a blacksmith or a blacksmithy to try to figure that out.
No, I don't. But thanks.
So you need to find someplace to. You need to find a blacksmith to use the equipment at least.
I mean,
you need a forge.
I was gonna say I need a space. I have the tools.
Yeah. But you could attempt to start working on these. You imagine that there's more to this that you haven't figured out yet, though.
Sure.
So that's what you get.
Okie doke.
Morning comes. Y'all awake on the edge of the forest.
Kari is going to hand out 41 gold to everyone.
Ooh.
Okay.
Everyone's take on the
We're getting there.
items. Mayor, did you ever give Kari the money back, or do you still have that? I don't remember if we said.
Mayor's muted.
It is, I was still holding on to it. You refused to take it back until you tried to convince Mare to get into better armor.
Correct.
That has now been achieved. So Mare, as she's putting her armor on in the morning, getting ready to go, pulls it out of her pocket and tosses it to you.
You know, I still don't know what to do with this stuff, really, but maybe we can go shopping next time we see a town, and you can show me how to use it.
It's not very difficult. You find something you think you want, then you trade the shiny gold pieces or silver pieces or copper pieces for the thing. The thing could be food, it could be pretty ribbons, it could be, a tattoo, or anything, really.
And people who have an exorbitant amount of coin can own things like property or even be a king of a land of people.
I think more along the lines of not entirely sure what to buy, as I've never had more than a few copper pieces at any given time.
Mr. Gray brings up a point, but it is important. People are not things to own.
Yes, that is very true. I did not mean that is not how I meant what I said.
I know
But that is a
that's not
very
what you
good
meant,
point to make.
But
No. I'm simply adding to it. Excuse me.
just needed to be said. I'm sorry.
No, you are fine.
Well, we follow up
You
questions.
are, because you are correct. People who think people are possessions are scum of the earth.
Some of them aren't horrible, but it's not. Never mind. Figured I said anything. Kara, you were saying.
Kara's also going to reach into her bag and pull out the loot. I didn't have it in my heart to sell this. It makes such beautiful noise, but I'm not entirely sure how to play it. Anybody know how to play a lute?
I can try it. My sister plays.
You have a lute now.
Cool.
All right.
I walk up and I
Kara's spring clean
pluck
better
one
than Shayna.
string.
If you want,
Hey, learn from your character.
if you want, Augustina, you could teach me maybe, and then you could play your flute, and I could play the lute, and we could play together.
Oh, great. Do you know how to dance? I can teach you to dance too.
Okay.
Cool.
This is very intriguing.
Are the two of you playing or are you dancing? What are you doing?
I don't even know if Augustina knows how to. I mean, I will try playing the lute and see if I picked anything up from my sister.
You say you can do music based on the flute, and then
You're not proficient in the lute, right?
No.
Or make a performance check then.
Okay. Oh, this should go really well. 24.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you definitely have learned a little bit from your sister. And so picking out some of the basic sort of child tunes, it sounds good. You know, it's you can play the Mary Had a Little Lamb essentially on the flute or on the lute.
That was really good.
She's gonna show Rory a couple, and then she's gonna be like,
But dancing's more important because you need to get the drums in. So we're gonna start with dancing.
and she's gonna pull out her flute and start playing the safety dance and showing Rory just like a really easy little dance move.
Gosh.
This is amazing.
Like this?
Perfect, you're wonderful. And Augustina's just gonna start going faster into a jig.
Just keep doing that.
All right, Rory, performance check.
yeah, I am.
Does
My
he get it
best.
with advantage because I'm helping?
Hey, with a natural 16, I believe performance is. Yeah, just wanted to double check. My stats haven't changed. That's a natural 16 for a 14.
All right. Yeah, you got the basics down pretty good, but then as you try to speed up with Augustina, you just are stomping on the ground.
Slow down. You'll get it. Slow down.
You're getting it. And at this point, the camp has been struck, and you guys prepare to move into the woods, the forest, moving fairly close to the river. You can't ride right along the bank most of the ways, but always keeping it within earshot. You know you're heading in the correct direction. Somebody to make a d20 check for me. Y'all move in for your days of travel.
Yay! Go for it, Garrett.
Meanwhile,
What's
Augustina
the stat?
Just a D.
Just a
That I need.
D20. Just straight D20.
Oh, never mind. I will
Augustina's transitioned
use.
into Carry On Wayward Son.
That is an awesome song.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that it's never really worked, I'm going to use the yeet dice.
Okay.
Yeet.
Hey, it felt bad, so it gave me a 19. Huzzah!
19.
Hopefully, that's not a bad thing.
Let's say an army of treants.
Find
Unfortunately,
a treasure or a dragon.
numbers aren't necessarily good.
You got
Tiamat shows up, and then oh snap!
continue on into the forest. You travel, and you can tell the canopy tends to block out a lot of the sunlight in places, and with that, it does block out some of the breeze as it gets a little still at times. Your progress is slow as you move through. And let me check my. Here should be.
That's it, Wesley. That's all you're gonna say.
Mayor, you'll notice
Oh no.
off, sort of up in the trees, almost moving a little bit and then jumping down and then climbing sort of back up and not approaching aggressively, but watching you, you see panther-like entities. It's hard to tell at this distance, but something with their head seems a little off.
Mm-hmm.
We name one Jack.
I don't think it's a cause for alarm just yet, but I think there's something in the trees.
Mostly they have leaves. Some of them have nuts.
Not what I think you're referring to, Rory.
Squirrels.
I think a little larger. And
Giant squirrels.
Fruit, maybe?
Squirrels are mean.
they look almost like
Oh yeah, they throw
cats.
shit at you.
Oh, squirrels are mean.
I love
Am I familiar with anything cat-like that would be in trees here?
There's a
Nah.
lot. There's everything from your standard panther, leopard. You've heard of creatures with black fur and long, almost tentacles that come off of their backs. You've heard of other panther-like creatures that have a series of 6 snake heads that stick out around their head.
Oh, you heifer.
You hear there are all types of different panther-like entities.
I found a YouTube channel. This is totally off track, but I found a YouTube channel called Casual Geographic, and this is like this dude going on about all these weird animal facts that are just some insane shit. And like my mind is going quite wild right now. I'm excited to see what happens next.
So
We're so
they-
screwed.
These creatures don't seem to be closing on you, but almost watching.
And can some of the rest of us see the beasties?
Yeah,
in the
now that
trees?
she's pointed it out to you, you do see, and they are off. They're anywhere from 50, 100, 200 feet, sort of moving in and out of the trees. So sometimes they'll be walking on the ground. Sometimes they'll pop up and move from thicker branches along.
Yeah, maybe keep the horses close.
Horses and the people.
Hey, friends! You guys are pretty good at those tree acrobatics.
I'll just go ahead and have a couple knives ready. You know, just have my knives out.
You continue on for the day, and they seem to never get closer. After a few hours, you seem to lose sight of them.
Goodbye.
That could be bad.
And a couple hours later, you'll spot something off in the distance. But eventually, the end of day comes. Travel ends. You all set up camp.
Yeah, so when we set up camp, we're actually backing ourselves up against the river,
Okay.
and then we're moving a cart in between so that they have to come from the sides or over the cart if something were to show up.
Okay.
Hey, Rory, how many days should it take for us to get to your family?
From the time we left the road The fort is probably 4 days.
Fair enough.
You would know, Rory, that that's about 4 days on foot. With your cart, it may take you a little bit longer.
4 days.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go fishing and see if I can catch and see if Augustina would be willing to help create a big old bunch of fish and go about 50 to 70 feet outside of camp.
Okay.
And pick them up.
Okay. Make a
That's
survival check to see
Appeasement offering.
what you can catch.
I'm
Augustine,
happy to.
No, hold on.
1 second. My computer was not plugged in.
Oh no!
Okay. Yeah.
That seems like a problem.
20.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. So you do manage to catch a decent amount of fish. Wait for her to get back. But
Kari's gonna ask Rory. I know that your people watch over the forest and do the whole one with nature thing. How would they feel about us cutting a few saplings down for defense purposes?
Augustine, survival check.
what do you mean?
I was thinking of maybe sharpening a few about 6 foot long poles and giving us a little bit of a defense against any creatures that might attack us during the night.
Do any of us have like javelins? I mean, Riker's close to a fighter. We could use those as well if he's willing. If you're willing to let us borrow them for the night.
So
Yeah. I wouldn't consider anything that you could carve into a spike and put in the ground as sapling. I probably wouldn't recommend doing it in the Melis Forest.
Fair enough.
unless it were a dead tree limb already on the ground or something growing out and pushing and rubbing terribly inside the tree itself.
I think that's a little bit more work than we intended, but I figured I'd ask before.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any felled trees, you can use that.
Augustina, what was your survival check? You're muted.
4.
Okay. Riker, you managed to catch a decent amount of fish. Augustina, it seems Riker's catching all of the fish, but it's okay.
Rory's distracting you, going, speaking of fish, what do you know about Gar? You got very excited about the fish, and so I thought you might know something. And you said you don't eat red meat, but you eat a lot of fish. So I have been working on some blueprints, and I think they're for armor that might have to do with fish.
That's pretty cool. I don't know a whole lot about Gar, except that they're really big and kind of scary looking. And I saw one. I think it might have eaten me if I had accidentally been in the water at the wrong time and it's bigger than me. But no, I don't know a lot about it.
Okay.
So you do have a decent pile. Catch about 10 or so over the course of evening.
Take them out.
Okay. You set up
So I'm gonna.
I'll set 'em out.
Sorry.
And then I'll come start up on some salt pork and a veggie stir fry.
Okay.
I've got a bell and string, so I'm gonna go get some sticks and set up a little thing, so that way if a tripwire, so it'll ding-a-ling-a-ling if something kicks it.
Okay.
So I do that.
Nice.
Sounds good.
I'll do my same setup that I did session 0 with the little jar some belt thing, but I'm gonna go up about 10, 12 feet into the tree.
Well, so the way I'm picturing this, correct me if I'm wrong, but we moved as far away, like from a nice deep pocket of trees to we've got a bit of a clearing around the river, enough room to put the cart in between us and everything.
Yeah,
So
you guys are backed up against the river.
just for clarifying,
you guys are sort of camped in And then between the river and the cart is about 10, 15 feet. Then you have the cart, and so then there's a little bit of side around here. And then the nearest trees to y'all are anywhere between, 5 feet off from the cart to maybe 10 feet off. You found a little spot that gives you some protection from the trees a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just throwing something up into the trees. If
You set up your various alarms.
critters do things. I'm also going to ask Mare. I was thinking that it might behoove us to have a healthy supply of those healing potions. If I remember correctly, you said that you can make them.
And yes, it takes some time to do so. Would be difficult to do while we're traveling. When we get some downtime, perhaps that might be something I could do more easily.
I would. When we get to a point where you can,
of course.
I'm going to make a basically a belt that I can hang these off of and distribute at speed wherever we need. But I'd like to refill our stockpiles when we can. So whenever you get some downtime and you need some help, let me know. Be happy to help you.
In the meantime, here, go ahead and you can hold on to this one. And I hand him my a potion of healing.
Okay. Just a regular healing potion. Yeah, cool. Okay.
How many of us have that ability to heal ourselves if worst comes to worst, be a potion or some external means?
I have a whole lot of nothing.
So you have nothing?
Mm-hmm. Way to kind of boost myself, but it requires the taking of life to do so. So I'd rather.
Well, you were just handed a healing potion,
right?
So you have that, Miss Augustina.
I used mine so I could kill the halfling.
Well, I'm proud of you for that, and I'm going to go ahead and pull one out and hand it to Augustina. Say, Mr. Gray, I certainly hope you do understand.
That is perfectly all right. I put my arm around Mare and I say, that is going to mean she's going to have to keep the rest of us from dying, yes?
Absolutely. That is, of course, my goal.
Fantastic.
You see Mare just get a little stiff with the unexpected contact.
Pat her on the shoulder and I go away. Because I can see that I'm being an ass and I've had my fun.
Maybe instead of that, and I'll pull out, rummaging through my bags, a second potion of healing and hand it to you.
Hey, my man.
Try not to use it all in one place.
No, of course not. Of course not.
But I do believe that means that everyone has a means of self-healing just in case worse were to come through the night.
Common healing?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Gargantuan healing potion. 100
Bad.
plus 40.
Rad healing.
Automatically takes you back to full health and then some.
If you max out the roll or get more than your health, you actually get temporary hit points for the rest of your life up to that amount.
In your
Why can't I not feel? Wow. Why
Like,
can I?
Under like potion of healing.
No, I find it's not letting me add it to mine either.
Potion of healing greater, potion of healing superior, potion of healing supreme.
I have to just look up healing,
Yeah.
not the potion.
I mean,
I found it. It's
It's
just.
just not letting you add it.
Yeah, let me try that.
I typed in healing and it's the 3 that I listed off.
It's
Sorry, I'll deal with it later.
It's in your
It's
gear
very
section,
silly.
not in the potion section.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's other gear.
That's really
It
weird.
should be in other
okay.
gear, yeah.
Yeah. Very strange, but I will add it to myself.
So write it down.
Write it down.
Now I have a potion. Yay for me, I won't die.
So, as night comes on,
Riker keeps his armor on and grabs his glaive. If anything happens, just scream like the Dickens and let hell unleash its fury.
3 watches for the night. Who has first?
Last.
I'm gonna stay up with Mare.
Okay. So, for the 2 people who are taking first watch, if there's 2 people, whoever's on first watch, perception check.
Who's on first?
I'll ask Augustine if she wants to take first watch with me.
Sure.
And we'll roll our perception checks real quick. Oh, that's so much better. 22. Whew.
15.
Okay. Do either of you have dark vision?
No, not me.
Okay.
Why
did we
ever
do that?
divide that up like that? Oh my god. We do have the fire going.
Yeah. So, with that, you see shadows within the forest move. You do hear the water moving alongside you. It's hard to make out anything immediately, but you sense no danger.
I'm gonna just start like a little game of sort of marbles, but using little river pebbles, and hang out with Augustina for a little bit. Oh, she is medium or small creature?
Medium.
Medium.
On the cusp.
Yeah. Augustina, if you don't mind, do you prefer Augustina, or do you prefer Tina, or do you prefer Teen, or I've heard Greg call you like 15 different names, and I wasn't sure what you preferred.
I don't really care.
Okay, so I'll call you Tina then, because it's easy to get out in a hurry when we're in trouble. You made a very good point that it's rude to ask people about their appearances. How do you feel about other people looking like you?
I mean, it's not that unusual. That's the point of like a species, right?
I was thinking I was more referring, and you'll notice that horns like identical to yours start over the next 6 seconds growing out of Kari's head. I'm trying to learn how to mimic appearances I've never seen before, and I'll be honest, I've never seen anyone that looks like you before.
That's not uncommon. Satyrs are from the Feywild.
I don't know that I've ever really even know of the Feywild.
You're not missing anything.
I disagree, but that's me talking. Are there lots of satyrs in the Feywild?
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting, and you'll notice that as we're talking, she's looking more and more like you, just trying to, you'll like observe you and be like, turn around and show the little tail. It's like, did I get this right?
I mean, personally, I think maybe my fur is just like a bit more luxurious, but that's me speaking. I don't know. I guess it's like, why do you want to look like me?
To be perfectly honest, my species can look like anyone, and we don't really have an identity of our own. And try not to freak out. And Kari goes to their pure white blank form. White hair, white eyes, snow like pale white skin. And
You look like you're glowing.
do I really?
Yeah. With the firelight and everything, you're so pretty.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Never really tried glowing before. But as you can tell, if there are 100 of us and we all look like this, it's kind of hard to tell the individual apart out of the crowd.
true. Because, I mean, like, twins. Not... There's different kinds of twins. But some twins...
Yes.
Go on.
But some twins look really a lot alike. And if you know them really well, you can tell them apart still. It just means people don't know you well enough.
I guess could be true. I left home at a very young age, so I didn't really get to know many of my people to be able to experiment with that. And so I just kind of experimented with looking like other people and seeing what that looked like.
I think if you want to look like you're one of my people, that's fine with me. I think if you want to look like me, as long as you're not doing it to be mean.
I don't think I could ever match your luxurious fur, as you put it, but it's just being able to live the life of another species. I feel like it makes it easier to understand others when you can walk a mile in there and holds up their hoof. But I'd like to be able to learn more about people and how they live and how they interact with others. Kind of helps you be able to empathize with other people, understand them better, and in so maybe understand yourself better.
As long as you like being yourself too. Because if you don't love yourself, then how are you supposed to love other people?
That's a very good point. My master asked me the question one time after I mistakenly tried to look like him and sneak away. That was a bad mistake. Don't do that. But, okay, that's fair. But if you ever do get the ability to look like other people, don't try to look like your master and sneak out of the monastery. It's a bad deal.
Why were you trying to sneak out?
When you grow up in a monastery, you're kind of cut off from the world, and you hear all these stories of all the bright colors and delicious foods and all sorts of things, the mountains, the forests, the rivers, but you never get to see them if you stay locked up. So curiosity got a hold of me, and I wanted to go exploring.
And so looking like your master was the only way you could leave?
We to put a long story short, we're not encouraged to interact with the outside world until we're a bit older, and me being the youngin that I was not ready to wait. So at, all of 3.5 feet tall, I tried to look like my 6 foot tall master, and I succeeded, don't get me wrong, but I was short and got caught pretty quick. Yes, but if you're going to impersonate someone, you might want to impersonate their height as well. I wasn't quite capable of that. I was still in the small category. Hadn't quite made it up to the medium-sized creature category yet. But all that to say is that he asked me a question when a kind of a who are you question. And if you can look like anybody, who are you? What is your defining characteristics? So, still trying to figure that out.
Well, I don't think your master was right to be upset with you.
I think he was more upset with the me trying to sneak out part and impersonating him part more than the shape-shifting part.
But if you keep a bird in a cage, why are you upset at it for flying?
More of making sure the bird can fly and fly safely before we're let out of the cage.
So then you put the bird in a safe environment. You don't keep it in a cage. It needs a friend.
That it does. Seem to have made some good ones here. Need to find bird people. Look like them too. Maybe then I can actually fly.
That'd be really cool.
And we'll continue playing pebble marbles.
Okay. Your watch concludes. Second watch, whoever's on it, perception check.
It'd be me and I think Gray.
Heyo.
Okay.
Way.
I forget what my modifier is because I forget.
22.
It's a good thing you're here. 9.
Mary, because you do have dark vision, you do see that there are those creatures circling or trying to. Seems that the light and the fire seems to keep them at bay for what it is. But they don't seem to bother you at all.
I stoke the flames a little bit brighter.
Point them out to me.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Do you see that bit of movement there, just beyond the light? Our
Oh,
friends
yeah.
have returned, I think.
That might be a problem. Well, we'll keep an eye on them. Hopefully they quit following us tomorrow.
Here's hoping. They're really beautiful. It'd be a shame if we had to do anything.
Beautiful things can be dangerous.
You're not wrong. Some may say more so because of their beauty.
It's easier to get in and sink the blade. I have a question, perhaps. I don't know about you. I am excited to get to meet their family, and I pointed to two of them. I am excited because the opportunity to meet their family, and the two of them, they're weird, but they're fun, and I like being around them and being around all of the rest of you. I am excited to meet their family. What about you? What do you think?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm a bit nervous, I must say.
That is appropriate. You meet new people. You never know what you're going to walk into.
I want to make a good impression. I'm just... You may have noticed I'm not the most charismatic individual. I'm awkward, I know it.
Is that what that is? That is okay. As long as you're not being a pain in the ass, I think everyone is fine with that.
Oh, I hope I'm not. I really hope I'm not.
As far as I'm concerned, you're the opposite because you kept the rest of us from dying.
It's
I'm just messing with you. I'm not trying to be a pain in the ass.
Oh no, Mr. Gray, some days I think you're the most grounded and sensible of us. Most in touch with the real world, at least.
Some would say too in touch. I have a question.
Of course.
If you're okay, you lot were talking about families, and we're going to meet theirs. Do you mind if I ask you about your family?
Of course, feel free to ask. I don't have very many answers for you. I haven't seen them in a very long time. I have a younger sister and an older brother, and my cousin is dear to me as if she were my own twin. Or we were, I suppose.
Did something happen?
You could say that. we were separated, my sister and my cousin and I, from the rest of our family, and it's been a very long time since I've seen any of them. We were quite young. You don't want to hear my sad story, I'm sure.
Well, if you tell a sad story, I will tell you one back. Yeah, sure. What the hell? You say you have not seen your family in a very long time. I mean, look at me. I am half elf. My mother, she was an elf, and my father, he was a human man. And we had just had the fortune of the addition of a baby, a little sister. And the last time I saw them, I was a 5-year-old boy. And I was running away as the town I was living in burned to the ground. So I know what it is like to be without your family. That is why you find a new family. And you find people who are worth being there. So, if it makes you feel any better, I can say I know how you feel.
Maybe better than I expected. I'm so sorry for your loss. I was 8.
And for yours. It is a difficult time when you are that old, eh? But hey, misery loves company.
I'm not wrong.
If only we had something to drink that was extra delicious. To cheer to those we miss.
I do
Anyway.
stay here. And I go and I grab the bottle of wine that I had gotten from the inn back in Galdorn.
Oh.
It seems like an appropriate time to break this out. Not too much. We still have our friends to keep an eye on.
You are right. Yes, you are right. It is your bottle. But if you're willing to share.
I would be honored to share with you, Mr. Gray. Warm us up on a cooler night. Here, and I hand him a glass. And
Wes,
I take
is it like the middle
glass.
of summer or something stupid like that?
But comparatively to like a hot summer day, the evening is quite cool. It's nice. There's a nice breeze blowing through the river, so.
It's like
Bonsai.
midnight. We're right against the river. It's a little bit cooler than where we've been traveling through the grasslands. And it all feels kind of cold to Mare.
Cheers.
Cheers. To newfound family.
Absolutely.
Eventually.
I mean, I got lucky. I personally found a new family about a month later, as I nearly starved. But that is kind of how I ended up in the life I live. So I don't know. You could weigh the good and the bad. That's why I am, to your chagrin, I know a bit on
no, not
the.
at all.
That's okay. You can be honest. That is okay. Be honest. I've been called many terrible things before. Honesty would not hurt my feelings.
Mr. Gray, do not put words in my mouth. I find you quite endearing.
I would never put anything in your mouth without your consent. So, I appreciate your candor, though. I see, all I can see on the screen right now is Lauren, so hearing the cackling hyenas in the background is fantastic.
And that right there, Mr. Gray, is why I like you. You're very
Thank you.
candid. And you say what you mean. I do appreciate that. In return for your story, I didn't just lose my family. I and my sister and my cousin, we were taken from them. I had wanted to go play in a nearby field with the flowers blooming. We didn't see many of them on our travels. I'm not from around here, and so wildflowers were a rarity. And so I took my sister and my cousin and my older brother to stand guard. But we were discovered and taken and enslaved. And separated. And it has only been relatively recently I've found my way out of that. You see why I made a bit of a point this morning. People aren't property. I'm sorry to say it so bluntly. It must have come off as very crass, but it's
Not at all.
it's different here. I know it is, but it's still you might call it a sensitive subject. I'm sorry.
Well, as I've said, I am a bit of a criminal. I have done some things I'm not proud of. But the father figure in my life who took me in and who took the rest of my new family in, we were always under the rule and the belief that people were not our paycheck. We would not take out jobs to kill other people or enslave them. We stole things. We would occasionally tell lies, but a person is not a paycheck. And I do not agree with putting people in chains. So I am hearing what has happened to you. I'm very sorry.
It's thank you, but it's nothing you're at fault for.
No, but I still feel for someone to go through some shit like that.
It is. It wasn't all horrible. I was trained and given good skills, and it's made me who I am today. And I'm sorry, I'm still processing through all of it in my own mind. One person's trauma doesn't compare to another's, and how our pasts formed us. However that happened, we're here now and prepared to move forward.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's not a game of who's got it worse, because then that's the worst type of competition.
Okay. And with that, your watch continues. Pleasant conversation had. Stories told. Eventually, third watch comes. For those on it, I would like a perception check.
I'm gonna start off by going and throwing another log on the fire.
Okay.
As we switch watch, I do want to point out what I've been keeping an eye on and see if I can't help them see where they've been and what's been happening. And
as you go to
what
look
we've
back
noticed.
to where they were, you don't really see anything.
You also know about my tripwire that I set up.
Mhm.
I would have made sure everyone knew.
So, Riker, perception check.
And if there's a question about the string, when I looked in my inventory, I had 11 string, and I checked, and each piece is supposed to be like 10 feet or something.
I'm not worried about it.
So I just, letting you know.
And your check was
8.
8. Yeah.
How about Rory?
I'm not sure what Rory's doing right now. Rory, can you hear us? Rory, you're muted.
You're muted.
I'm muted.
What was that?
I said I was responding but muted.
Ah.
I was just asking if there's anything that I was basically understood what was happening with the cipher, but I needed to work on it. Does that mean there's anything else I can find? Can I work through it anymore by looking at it, or do I have to start working on it to make progress?
There are things that you could still learn by looking at it. You understand that you could attempt to make gauntlets that look like these, but what exactly they could do or what is actually needed to fully craft these things requires a little more work. So you could spend more time reading, essentially.
Yeah, then I'll do that.
Okay. So another intelligence check from you then. But yeah, you are looking around and you don't seem to see any of those panther types. You checked your fish pile was gone.
I wasn't gonna go check. That's a good ways away.
It's blurry. Jordan gets.
But you can tell it was.
Okay. Yeah, you having trouble focusing on that with the impeding conversations when being at home-ish again.
He's just so excited about, making those fish nunchucks.
Watch goes through. Fairly calm.
It's kind of got my hopes up that it is a gauntlet of summoning a giant angry fish.
It's like when you use the Leviathan material in Final Fantasy VII.
Morning comes. You guys get ready to take on the road. You see, looking around, the tracks of the creatures, but you don't see any of them around immediately.
How many? Like when I look at them, do I get a feel for like paw count and things like that?
Perception or survival check.
I'm gonna pick up the tripwire.
13.
Kind of hard to tell. Could be anywhere between 2 and 4. So difficult to make out exactly.
I'm not getting a feeling like there's 6 balls though.
2 and 4. I would say 2 and 4 creatures. Is the marker there. As you guys head off, somebody make another check or roll a d20 for travel.
You're the only one left, John.
9.
Crap.
Or is it?
Not that 9.
I do just want to mention Augustina would have found like a perfectly preserved paw print and stuck her hoof in it and said, "They're so big."
John, roll a d6.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh, so goodness.
Party you lose.
1.
Okay. As you take off, there's a slight breeze that's blowing through. Makes for pleasant travel as the day is not too warm and stifled within the forest, but nice. The weather is clear. And you guys continue on for your day's journey. Slow.
Kari's
going.
gonna ask to borrow the loot and just like.
And there are definite times when you are having to divert very far or almost stop as people are having to go ahead, find a good path for the cart, maneuver it that way. You're getting there, but it is definitely taking time to find a good part for this cart, good path for this cart.
At some point, I want to subtly ask Mare, check with her. You don't want the conversation last night. That is between us, yes? I figured that is your story that you shared with me. It's not for me to share with other people, yes?
It will become relevant or it won't. We'll see what happens.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure. Anyway,
The
carry
day
on.
passes. evening comes. You don't seem to have anything following you. You can find a decent place to camp. Maybe not quite as ideal as before, but it'll work. You set up camp. Night comes. Watches are had. Nothing sparks any notice through your evening. The following morning comes. Is there anything particular you guys wanted to do over the night?
Work on my blanket.
I mean, well, I'll probably tell Augustina about. I'll tell her basically the same thing I told to Mare.
Okay.
Actually, I will work on phase 2 of Penny's house.
Okay.
What is?
You've already designed it, right?
Solosian Leather Stronghold. Sorry. Do what?
You've already designed it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then dexterity check with proficiency.
This is your cactus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's awesome still.
So this is. I assume you have either hours worked or DC for whatever, however you're doing this, but this is for phase 2 of Solosian Leather Stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
Dex and proficiency.
Yep.
That will be 13.
13. Okay. With that, I would say, are you wanting to stay up and work on it, or just sort of tinker away at it?
I'll do it until bed and then overwatch.
Okay. So I'd say you get about halfway then.
Okay.
So
During watch, Kari's going to start working on a leather project.
okay. Are you taking your time or trying to get it done?
Oh no! This is going to be a long project. This
Okay.
is.
Do you have leather?
I have leather, and I am proficient with leather workers' tools.
I remember that part. I just didn't remember you having leather. So I mean, it's not my inventory, but like,
Yeah.
All right. So next day, somebody roll a d20.
I'll do it. I swear, if I roll encounter again, I'm throwing this at your head.
why? You're the one that rolled it.
2. Okay.
It was his table.
It's your dice.
One better than last time.
The day continues to stay clear.
Nice.
It is nice. As you're moving along,
And then
you catch off the corner of your eye, having been pointed out by Mayor, other panther-like figures. These seem different, though.
oh, good.
These seem dark, have 6 legs, long tentacles coming off their backs.
Oh God.
Hey.
As you are moving, they seem to follow.
Mm.
As you move away from the river in order to bring the cart through a rough patch. You watch as one of them drops down sort of in front of you.
Excuse us, we're trying to go this way.
This large, shoulder height around 6 feet, 6 legs. These long tentacles hang off its back.
I don't wanna.
This is in front of us?
Yep, and then behind you, a second one seems to leap down out of the trees.
Oh, shit.
Alrighty, you wanna talk to your friend here?
Talk to them quick before I throw knives.
I've got eyes front.
And with that, they
I throw knives.
leap in. And where you were going to roll initiative on some displacer beast.
I rolled. Oh God.
Ooh,
I'm
not good.
spinning these. Let me just say, like,
Damn it! I was trying to get the preemptive attack, and I didn't end up getting it because me.
Hope people roll better than I did.
This is the best I've rolled on initiative so far.
Got a 5.
That's not setting a high bar, Lauren.
Well, I mean, really and truly, we kind of want the healer to be lower in the roll, right? That way you can keep us from dying, potentially.
Hopefully you did.
I don't know. Trying to think how do.
Yeah, no, I don't generally mind being towards the back. It works out okay.
Appreciated.
Those plants.
The only bummer is when Wesley gangs up when you get killed before your turn.
Yeah.
We will move.
I mean, yeah.
Scheiße. Is that like a big weird flower? Those are like big weird flowers.
They're trees. Yeah, there's various foliage about.
Yeah, but I mean, smaller than the trees, though, my guy. Like, it looks like a big gold crazy plant, like a weird flower thing.
Yeah.
It looks like it has a base. That's why I'm concerned. And again, we're not in like a weird jungle that's had man-eating flowers yet.
We have horses scattered about here. Who is on?
How many horses?
There's 6 of y'all, and you all had a horse.
Ay.
Well, Augustine is in the cart.
Yeah.
Augustine is Riker is steering the cart.
I'm probably on that one that's just north of the cart.
Okay. Gray's on the gray horse.
I was on Cookie.
Okay. Let's say Mare's on this big white one.
Which one's Derp?
Derp is the lead.
Okay.
You had 5 horses. You can have 6. You had 5 horses.
We did.
You did have 6?
Yeah, the back one hooked up to the cart.
Right. So this black one here is hooked up to the cart. All right. Who wants to ride Derp?
I'll be on Derp.
You're on Derp. Okay. And you're on here. All right. And then.
What was the name of our horse? It was like.
Carrot.
That's what. Yeah.
Looking down in front.
No.
Behind.
No.
2 wonderful creatures.
Hey, I recognize that. Anyway.
I feel like after all these comments, they level up.
If only it were combat.
All right. So, initiatives for my people. What are we at?
23.
11.
Did you?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Did I beat you?
Okay. So, I lost my pencil. There it is. Over 20. We have Kari at 23.
Not over 20.
All right. Over 15.
I'm at 20.
You're at 20?
Yep.
Okay. 20 is Riker. Higher than 15?
Y'all no.
Higher than 10?
13.
11.
13 for Rory.
You got fun.
Apparently.
I got big fat 11.
11 for Gray. All right. Where y'all at?
5.
5.
5 and 5. Okay.
Right.
They're bonding even more, y'all.
Okay. So with that, Kari, you're up.
I'm
You're on that lead horse.
jumping off of lead horse and throwing the rope dagger at goblin style at this thing, like an initial accidental decapitation goblin style,
Absolutely.
not non-lethal.
Send it.
That
Did
is.
you say non-lethal?
No, I said not non-lethal.
Oh, okay.
I was making. Yeah. Anyway, that is.
I got you. I just didn't hear it.
Roll at disadvantage. As you are trying to hit it, it's hard to
that's
pinpoint
right.
where exactly it is.
That's a 19.
19, that hits. As you hit, you notice this shifting seems to fade.
That is 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will run up to it, get right in its face, and punch it hard.
Okay. Go ahead.
With my flurry of blows.
Mark off your key point.
Trying to find it. Where did
Riker, you're on
There
deck.
we go. I couldn't figure out where the key points were. There they are. Okay, first hit. Oh, that's good. That is 14.
14 will hit.
Yay! And that's another 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And second, and these are not at disadvantage, right?
No, because you hit, they
Right.
are not a disadvantage.
Modified 20
Okay, that hits.
for 5 points of damage.
All right. Solid open around as you hump down and engage with it. Riker.
I am going to move the horse forward with the cart
Okay.
about 5 to 10 feet.
All right. That's about as far as you can get because Derp is now sort of blocked.
Gonna throw the reins back to Augustina
Mm-hmm.
and move up beside Kari.
Okay. It takes half a movement to dismount.
Oh, really?
And
Oh,
so
I'm not walking.
no.
I'm in the cart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that would put you about right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Back that up. My apologies. I thought I was walking beside it.
No, you guys are technically still mounted, but your minis are next to said horse.
So if I were to dismount, I could move to the one in the back. If I hadn't moved up, I'd be close enough to the one in the back.
It would still.
Because I was 10 feet back. So that would be
Right.
15 down and then 15 back.
So you were about here, so it'd be 15 down, and then 15 back. No, you can even get to the back of the cart, really.
Oh, okay, then move me forward.
Yeah. So you could go here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell at Rory. They eat people and plants. Do away with them. And I'll throw a javelin.
Okay. Make your attack.
The power of yeet.
16 natural.
That hits.
Yeah, the javelin's at a d6.
Yeah, should be.
Sorry. 3 plus
Should be 3 plus your
4
strength.
is 7.
7 points. Okay.
Yep.
Throw the javelin in, and it hits solid. Try and do anything for your bonus action.
Not yet.
Okay. And with that, Rory, you're up.
I'm trying to find myself on the map.
You are here.
Oh wait, there I am. Wow, I really blend in. Okay.
Forest creature.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's go ahead and move in between the displacer beast and the horse.
Okay. Are you dismounting?
Oh, that's right. I'm on the horse. Yeah, let's dismount displacer beast side, and then
You're trying to move 15 feet. I mean, 15. You could get right up next to the displacer beast at 15,
okay.
if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I'll get up next to him. I will bonus action do my guardian armor defensive field,
Okay.
and then punch him with my other gauntlet.
Excuse me.
Okay. Make your attack.
I just yelled, "Bad kitty!" That's a natural 20.
No. All right.
So that's gonna be get the D8 plus 4. Sweet. So the dablage. Come on, don't screw me on the natural 20. Go in the box. Okay. It's 4 to 8 to 12. Yeah, 12 damage.
Big hit. Okay. That was your movement action. Bonus action as you go into hit. A very, very loud, thunderous sound erupts from where you struck it, as it seems to take the hit and does not like that. It is now their turn. The displacer beast, not liking being attacked by you, is going to take one of his tentacles and lash it out and try to hit you with it.
Bring it on, butt munch.
I don't think a 16 hits,
It does not.
as the first one bounces off. The second one comes in for a 22.
That will hit.
And it does 5 points of bludgeoning damage
Boo.
and 3 points of piercing damage.
Also boo.
As it slaps into you. The one in the back here is going to reach out with its tentacles, and you notice these things can reach out for a very long distance. That is going to strike out at your horse, Mare.
Cookie!
No! So I believe the horse's stats, if I remember correctly.
Got a 20 armor class.
See, this
Exactly right.
this is
It
a
has
fighting horse.
it has 8 legendary actions. It's the most powerful.
Your horse has a armor class of 10,
10.
Oh man. Hold on, I was
13
wrong.
hit points.
unless you want to roll hit points. It has 13.
We
Yeah.
haven't before. We'll just take it.
Okay, I was just giving you the option. That is going to be. That will miss with a 9.
Nice.
And the second hit. Oh yeah, that'll hit. Sorry. 13. As it reaches out and swings at the cookie.
It's a crumble.
That is a total of 10 points of damage.
Oh,
As
Bludgeoning and piercing, right?
yes.
Okay. Cool.
As Cookie takes a heavy blow from the displacer beast, it is then going to shift and move here into the shadows.
and that's the way the cookie crumbles.
And with that, Gray, you're up.
I hop down off my horse
Okay.
and using the awesome stealthiness that I have, I want to make my way around the horse. I basically just want to move south.
Okay.
But I want to use bonus action to hide and move south, where I can get a line of sight on the one that just went to the trees.
Okay. Make a stealth check for your bonus action, and then 15
Yeah.
feet of movement. If you dismount on this side, we'll give you. You can sort of get next to Mare and Cookie.
Modified 20.
Okay.
Nice.
You believe yourself to be fairly hidden.
I yeet my canifes at the beastie.
Okay. Well, either way, you're gonna have disadvantage on it no matter what, because he's further than 20 feet, and he's very hard to hit as he seems to be displacing. So you can make your attack
Wonderful.
at disadvantage.
You can make the.
Well,
Yeah, but he's.
is it disadvantage just because he's doing his thingy?
It's disadvantage for that, and also it's beyond 20 feet from you. And so your your first range for your dagger is 20. The max range is 60.
I was trying to move where I was gonna be in range, though. Well, I guess.
Moved up to the
Oh.
It's hard to tell on the.
If you move, well, it's also hard. There's not a whole lot of stuff to
Yeah.
hide behind.
Yeah, I was using horses to hide.
Yeah, and
Well,
so
then-
there's really no way to get within range. You could.
If he moved up here, he could hit that one.
The problem is he only has 15 feet of movement
I know,
because he
but if he
dismounted.
does
Yeah.
right there, 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20.
No, because he would dismount here. Would be
5.
moving through that would be difficult terrain because of everything that's there. It's really.
Okay.
See if that's between it. Look like you.
Yeah, I mean, really, you're gonna have disadvantage no matter which one you try to hit. So if you're trying to
Then-
come up here and hide behind,
Go ahead and put me back where I was. I will use my short bow instead. Because, well, I mean, I'm gonna have disadvantage no matter what, right?
yes, yeah,
Okay. So piss on it. I'll just throw my knives.
okay. So you can throw a one knife because you use bonus action to hide.
Yeah. Both of those are 17.
Okay.
Plus 5.
So that will hit, but you do not get sneak attack. Because
why not?
If you have disadvantage on a strike, well, hold on.
Oh.
No. You know what? You were hidden, which technically would have given you advantage, which then cancels out that. So your straight roll. You know what? Yes, I'll say you get sneak attack.
Yay! I get sneak attack.
Get your dagger damage plus sneak attack. Because you were.
Alright. Goodness gracious, I have to remember all my things. Sneak attack is 2d6. My knife is a d4. Okay. So I'm gonna use my Sam's Town dice and this d4. Blammo! Yeah, the damage roll was not super great. Wait, hold on. What? Yeah, so that's 10 on that Kanife. Do I get to throw my second Kanife?
No, because you used your bonus action to hide.
Oh, okay. So bonus action is where I get my 2 throws.
Yeah, you use your bonus action to throw your offhand. But as you throw with this one, and you keep your hand extended, you see the dagger fly in and then return into your open hand as you grab it back.
I love these gloves, man.
All right, Augustina and Mare, you're up.
Mini Thor.
I mean, you know.
So, who do you want to go first?
Either one. I'll let you all decide. I don't care. You guys technically on the same initiative, so.
Lauren.
I'll go ahead and go. I take my coin and I spin it through my fingers and I cast Bless on Gray. Is Riker within 30 feet of me?
No. The people within 30 feet of you will be. It will be the thing right here. You know, Gray and your.
Augustina, Gray, and who?
You.
Oh, that's useless. Can I move so I can get at least one more person within that 30
Don't
foot
sell
range?
yourself so short.
Okay, yeah.
She moves her horse up.
You could. Yeah. Do you want to move your horse or just you?
I'm gonna stay mounted because I need to see people in order to make this work, and I'm gonna get Cookie as far away from the displacer beast as I can.
With some difficult terrain movement, I would say you could squeeze Cookie in. It is tight, but we'll say you can squeeze Cookie in up here, which will then give you within 30 feet of Riker.
Okay. So Augustina, Gray, Riker. Y'all are blessed.
Oh, I forget what that bonus is.
It's a D4 to attacks and saving throws.
Fantastic. I'll add that to my dice over here.
So that's your movement and action. Augustina.
Okay, so the first thing I want to do is attempt to cast Cause Fear.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 60 feet. Cause Fear on the Displacer Beast behind us. It's going to be a Wisdom saving throw 13.
Okay. That is a 18.
Okay, and then I'm going to
roll your surge.
Yes. Hang on. I'm also going to use sorcery points to quicken spell. We are good.
Yeah.
We are good. And then I am going to attempt to we're gonna attempt to distract it with minor illusion, and because Rory got Augustina thinking on this path, she's going to create the illusion of a 5-foot-long garfish.
Okay.
And put it 30 feet away from where Gray is standing, so like on the other north side of Gray.
Okay. Make a charisma check, as that is your casting modifier.
Since Since you're describing it where it's like location is, does that mean we can see it, or is it just in the mind of the beastie?
No,
we can.
You see a loose representation of what would be a garfish, just sort of on the ground.
You said a charisma saving throw?
Just a charisma check.
A charisma check. That's gonna be a natural 20 for a 23.
Okay.
Nice.
Now it doesn't move because it is a minor image, but it is. You see what looks to be just a fish on the ground there.
Hoping to distract it.
Yeah, sushi. With that, Kara, you're up.
I stab it in the face.
Okay. Make your check at disadvantage.
I was about to ask.
At the end of its turn, it begins to shake once again.
17.
17 will hit.
Ooh, that's max damage. That is 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay.
How's it looking?
Oh, it's still doing fine.
Probably 100.
I don't like that.
80 to 100 hit points.
I don't like that. I'm going to
200 plus.
punch it some more.
Okay. Bonus action, hit it. Key point or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crap. All right, and these are not at disadvantage, right?
No, this is not.
Okay. That is an 18.
That hits.
And that is a 16.
Both hit. Riker, you're on deck.
5.
Okay.
And 8 again.
5 and 8. Yeah, as you lay into this creature, you notice that it is now starting to show some decent wear. Yep.
It's still alive!
Kari, Riker.
I'm like,
I'm going to go ahead and move in within 10 feet of that one.
Okay.
Smash it with the glaive if possible.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 16 plus stuff to hit.
That hits.
It's going to be 9 points of damage.
All right. You take your long pole arm and reach over the top and stab into it.
And I am going to start working my way, seeing that I've got 2 strong, powerful people up front. I'm going to start working my way towards the back one that dropped and safeguard the horses on the back.
Move back here. Look up.
Yep.
Get you right about on that rock.
Don't worry, big man. I've managed to piss it off.
Well, I am proud of you indeed. Let me
Hey.
Yeah, you get on this side of that. Yeah. Okay. Difficult to move with everything.
horses.
Yeah. All right. Rory, you're up.
How far is Augustina's Gar from me?
You can't see it. It is on the ground way over here. You have 1,000 horses and people in a cart.
I actually did it up by the other one. I'm sorry. Darn.
No. You have this cacophony of nightmares in between.
I was gonna make it smell like fish over there. I guess. Well, sorry, that threw my whole plan off. I guess I'm gonna just default to.
Bad kitty.
Bad kitty, yeah.
Right.
Let me look at my. I already did that. I could technically, but I don't wanna. So let's. Actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna punch it. So
Okay.
I'll use a disadvantage, or have it been hit?
No, there's straight attacks.
Okay, so I will do 2 punches. That's gonna be. I think they're different modifiers because first is intelligence based, second is not. So that's gonna be there's a 14 hit
14 hits.
and a modified 20.
Also hits.
So that come back. It's gonna be, and the damages are different again because they're different bases. So first hit is going to be 6 thunder damage, and second hit is going to be 6 thunder damage.
Okay. Yeah, it's starting to look pretty rough over here. That is your action and bonus action. You staying there?
Yeah, I'll stay.
Okay. It is now their turn. This one. Let's see here. Yeah. This one is actually going to break off from you two. So you can make attack opportunities if you want.
Heck yes.
Why not?
Are these at disadvantage or?
No.
Okay. That's 13 plus 6. That's a 19.
That hits.
15.
That hits.
That is 7 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
Okay. As it goes to run away, it doesn't make it as y'all put it down.
Hey, yo.
And that one falls.
Hey, that's one.
This one is going
I
to.
want that body.
It's back on the menu, boys.
This one wants to finish its job. So it's going to.
I can't wait.
Didn't get to
Oh.
fish.
Going to move up there and attempt to lash out at Cookie.
Can it?
Yeah.
Over a horse's face? Aren't they both orange?
It's kind of in front. It's at the angle in front of it. I think it can. Let me see. It would be technically in this space here. And this one is in here. Yeah, because they go 5, 10. Yeah. Yep.
Once again, I can't see.
Oh no, no, you're good.
Cookie!
By all means. It wants to finish its job, and so it's going to first strike at Cookie is an 11.
That'll hit.
That's gonna be it for Cookie, because that is a 7 points of damage.
No, not
Mayor,
Cookie.
I need you to make
He's
a dexterity
unconscious
saving
and bleeding out.
Yeah.
That is a 11.
throw. Okay, yeah, I would say you managed to get out of the way as Cookie falls. No, Cookie. And you are not crushed by the downed horse. It is going to then take its second attack and attempt to pull the downed horse away. Yeah, that's going to hit.
Anybody notice that horse looked a little bit like Artax? Just saying.
And so,
Don't you dare!
Oh my gosh.
it tries to pull the horse away from you, and will then
Don't give
drag.
up, Artax. You gotta believe.
It will attempt to drag it away. With that, Gray, you're up.
Well, damn, all my weapons are piercing, I'm realizing.
That's okay.
That kind of sucks. I don't have any slashing. Alright, I'm gonna... So I can't, well, fecal material, I can't... Because if I hide, that spends bonus action, so then I can't throw 2 knives.
No.
But if I hide, I get sneak attack.
Yes.
Okay.
Sneak
And
attack.
that, yeah. I will go and hide around the backside of the horse,
Okay.
and then yeah.
Right.
So
Health check.
yeah.
Larger creature.
The 21
Okay.
numbers math. And then I will now step around the backside of the horse and yeet a Kanife at.
Okay, make
The
a
thing.
straight throw. As you have disadvantage, but
Yeah.
advantage becomes straight throw.
Because it's doing the
It's doing the thing again.
displaciness.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's an 18.
That'll
plus
hit.
5, I think, is what it is.
That'll
So
hit.
that's D4 for knife and 2D6 for sneaky. Which isn't a lot. And that's 11.
Okay. You want to move it all or stay there?
I guess I'll move. No, I'll stay there so I can hide again, or try to move somewhere else to hide.
Augustina, Mary,
If
you're
I
up.
can get off another attack. He's
Um,
trying to attack the horse.
Lauren, I don't know
Also,
if you want
there's
to
a
keep that order,
fish.
but I'm
Go
ready.
ahead.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a flying leap off of the cart, and the tentacles are what's around the horse.
Yeah, this horse is not alive, by the way.
That's fine.
This horse is dead, or
Yes,
just
the horse
unconscious
is dead. The horse is dead.
Oh, unfortunate. I thought we could save the horse.
Mm, I think
horse
so
is-
too.
The horse is dead.
I want to touch one of the tentacles that's wrapped around the horse.
Okay, let's see here. You have a 35-foot movement speed?
Yes.
Yeah,
Less murdered one.
just to
Horses.
get there.
And I'm going to grab onto the tentacles and at second level cast inflict wounds.
Okay. This is a straight check. It's not at disadvantage because it was already hit.
That's going to be 23.
Okay, that hits.
Where are my d10s?
Yeah, just because the Panthers rolled up and started rolling fades doesn't mean we can't kick their asses still.
That's going to be 16 points of damage.
Because
Okay.
if they drag the body away, that's gonna make them think they can come back. We don't let them go.
Roll your wild surge.
I mean, technically, Augustina doesn't know the horse is dead.
There's
We're
also
good?
that.
Okay. Mayor. Unless you have a bonus action, Augustina.
Mare runs in to try to cast Spare the Dying on Cookie,
Okay.
and bonus action Shield of Faith, as she's just there like trying to cradle her horse's head and make them harder to hit.
Okay.
And just this flash of golden light, like this luminescence, like the shine off of beautiful golden coins starts to surround Mare and Cookie. Just trying to save the pony.
Okay.
That does mean that Bless falls.
Yes.
I drop concentration on Bless to keep up Shield of Faith on the.
Shield of Faith on the. What is a body now?
The only creature that wounded in this battle.
No? Not
Those
technically.
placer beasts have also been wounded too.
I think Rory
They
has
don't
a
count.
wounded too.
Has Rory been hit?
Yeah. I made it a
Did
little
I see Rory get hit?
Probably not. All right. That is the end of your turn. It is now Kari's turn. You're way over here.
Yeah, Kari is going to go get within hitting distance.
You have a 40-foot movement spell?
Yeah. So how close does that get me?
It gets you there with the sort of difficult terrain of moving things around. You are within 10 feet, but you kind of have a rock between you.
That's fine.
I'd say you can still hit it. Because you have that reach.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can knock this thing prone.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take the rope dart and I'm gonna swing it and wrap it around my foot and kick it out around its legs.
Okay. So it needs to make a strength saving throw.
Yes, and that is a 16.
That is not enough.
Boom! Lay down, kitty!
You managed to knock it prone
Which means advantage to everybody else trying to hit it with melee.
with melee.
Yes.
People within 5 feet of it, yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that was your movement and action. Bonus action?
Yeah, I don't have enough movement to get closer.
Nope.
So, yeah, no.
All right.
Boom.
Riker.
Move me up as close as I can get.
Smack it!
Yeah, I'll just have all this.
30-foot movement. Moving through. I mean, it's... You can
30
really...
foot move?
You can get to, like, here.
Oh,
Action.
that's right. 30 is normal. Man, 30 always sounds crazy much.
Should get me close enough, even if I move through the horse's space.
Yeah, you could get... Yeah, just about next to it.
Action surge.
Okay. You are within 5 feet, so you have advantage on it.
Natural 20.
Boom!
Yes.
Okay.
And I will inspire Mare
Okay.
with the hit. With a D4 inspiration.
So, Mayor, as he hits down, it's the savagery and the way that he hits it seems to inspire you as you watch him strike at the thing that killed your horse. So you
Look how
have
brave and
four
manly
inspiration die
he is.
for the next minute.
That's a 10
Okay.
for a 20 plus 4.
Yeah.
So that's 24.
And then is that still a magical weapon? Magical plus 1 weapon?
Yes. So that's a 5. Sorry, 15.
So 15,
25.
25.
Is what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll use a Scourge point.
Okay.
And it's down, so I'll go ahead and hit it again.
Okay. Bonus action, punch it.
It's going to be a natural 17
That hits for
5 points of damage.
5 points. Okay. It's looking pretty hurt at this point.
Oh man.
Rory, your turn.
Oh man. It's looking really hurt or pretty hurt?
Pretty hurt.
Like brink of death? Or
It's
just
not having a good time.
it's an animal, it's fine.
They eat plants, Rory. Remember?
Yeah, I was thinking about the fact that Roy hasn't killed, but it is an animal. So yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and cast magic missile.
Okay, yeah. Tell me that damage.
3.
That's how many did you roll?
I rolled 2. It's plus a 1.
Yeah, plus 1 for each dart. Each dart is 1d4 plus 1.
Okay, I only have first level spells.
Right. And so how many darts did you roll? Because first level is 3 darts, right?
It just said a D4 plus 1. I should read the spell. You create 3 glowing darts each. Oh hey. Cool. I forgot. I never did magic missiles in the last campaign. I don't know how it works. I just saw D4 plus 1.
Yeah.
That's another 5. I'm assuming he's
Okay.
dead at that point. And then another 5.
Okay, so for a total of 12, 13 is still up.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay.
Should have punched it.
Good.
Oh, pretty good magic missile roll. That was a 4, 4, and 2.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. You trying to move at all? You're way over here.
Yeah, I know. Nah, magic missile got a 120-foot range.
Okay. All right. It is now their turn. It is going to use half its movement to stand up.
Does it have to make a save against my rope?
No.
Oh, dang it. Uh-oh.
It is going to lash out at the closest thing to it that hurt it.
Me. It
Those-
attacks me.
Yeah, he's 5 feet closer than I am.
True, but Augustina's there and very tiny.
I am a
Oh.
fucking figure. Like, it is scared. It would hit me.
No, it wants the smaller food.
I would kill this thing.
22 to hit Augustina
Duh.
for 9 points of bludgeoning damage,
I don't suppose there's a way I
3
can
points of
use-
piercing. And its second strike, another 24 to hit for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Here's a question.
Yes.
You cannot use your parry ability.
Darn it! I'm trying.
And that's 2 points of piercing damage.
I'm down.
Oh! Oh no!
Augustina falls unconscious. And that is it for its turn.
And it's life.
Corey, you're up.
Wait, Demir go?
Oh, I'm sorry. I
What
totally.
about Gray?
Yeah, how about the rest of the people? My apologies, y'all. Gray, you're up.
This just killed your friend. What are you gonna do?
I was saying, technically Gray would have gone first.
No, not before the displacer.
Oh, no, that's right.
Yeah. Can I get in flanking?
30-foot movement. Not flanking, but you can get next to it. Like, you can get up to it, but not flanking.
I will spend my bonus action to sprint to flank.
Okay. So you sprint around to flanking.
Over here, buddy.
So you have
Mhm.
disadvantage, but advantage to straight attack.
And it's engaged, right?
Yeah, so you will get sneak attack on this. So straight
So
roll.
it's a straight. I'm going to stab it with the rapier.
Okay.
That's a 16.
That hits.
There's my 2d6s. Ooh, those are high numbers. Huzzah. And the rapier is a d8. Where's a d8? I forget what shape that is. That's this shape. Oh, that's a good number. I'm gonna do some math. That is 20.
Yeah, great. This one's yours.
Yeah, so how do I murder this thing? I'm pissed off, so my sword just right through the neck, and I stare it in the eye as it just sinks to the ground.
Absolutely. And it is a clean, just in and out as the creature tries to move and the death throes takes it and it collapses onto the ground.
I immediately go give Tina the potion that I was given.
Okay, well, she is up next. And so
Technically, we're on the same initiative.
you are.
So, can I use my movement to go over and heal her?
You are right. You're standing right next to her. You're within 5 feet of
Okay, awesome. Cure wounds
her. Okay.
for 13 points of healing.
Hey.
All right. As you regain consciousness, you see
Is Cookie okay?
the radiant light fading from your healer friend standing next to you.
Is Cookie okay?
Cookie's not okay.
I believe you targeted Lauren's horse.
She was in the back. She was closest to it.
I'm going to haul the displacer beast over to the other one and ask Rory to help me skin these two so I can start tanning them while everyone else just kind of get it away from the group so everyone can have time to grieve, but also want to see if I can capture the magical essence of these cloaks that made them disappear.
Okay. Make a survival check as you try to skin them.
With Rory's help, do I get advantage?
Probably.
Yeah, if someone's helping you, yeah, I would say you get advantage.
Did I get proficiency with my leatherworker's tools and such?
Not so much. This is less working with leather, more skinning the hide off of an animal.
Survival check?
Yes, survival check.
It's just pre-leather.
Yes, it's pre-leather.
That's right, yeah.
Modified.
I have a pre-leather knife in my kit.
Okay, yeah.
I have a lot of pre-leather knives.
One of them, you get one hide clean. The other hide had taken a pretty serious hit of necrotic tech damage, and the essence that seems to make it displace seems to not quite be intact now that it is deceased. And so you get one clean, good hide of displacer.
Get a tooth for me.
And then, yeah,
I'd
any
gladly take
any
the
trophies
two.
you so desire can be taken from this.
I'm going to take a big canine out of it
Okay.
to
But
attach.
it's a feline.
Wave.
I will help Mayor take care of cooking.
Cooking
I
or
try to push you away because Cookie's gonna be fine. Cookie's gonna get up.
It's gonna take.
How did I knew we were going there. Damn you, Wes.
And put my hand gently on Cookie and just check and make sure that Cookie is no more. And then maybe it'll be best if you go wait by the car. We'll take care of this.
But he was right here.
No. It's not always. Well, you know. We'll take care of him. And kind of steer Mare to the other side of the cart, let her have a moment to herself. And
If Mayor's still fighting, I'm gonna look at her and say,
You dishonor Cookie's life by denying her her death.
Didn't want to have to say goodbye like this. She was supposed to be with me and be my friend, and I don't want to say goodbye.
Sometimes life's not about wants.
All right, and you're still wounded. Can I help you?
Yes. Yep. Let's go.
So I go and I cast Cure Wounds again for 12 more points of healing.
freaking cleric.
Cleric.
Hey,
Cleric.
life cleric versus death cleric. Are we just
Cleric.
So as Mare's leading me away, I'm going to give Kari a very pointed look and go.
Pointed like a pencil point?
I was gonna say I'm not very good at reading Brenda Fisher's.
It's one of those like,
Yeah.
she looks at Kari, she looks at the horse, and she looks back at Kari like,
Take care of this. Got you.
If I notice that Rory is also injured, I'll go ahead and help Rory also.
Roy's fine. He's only down a couple points. They had to eat their my temporary first.
Ah.
That's nice.
Everybody has temporary hit points.
I know.
I don't.
Everybody has temporary hit points. It's ridiculous.
That's good enough.
Temporary. Who's got temporary hit points? Because I know I don't.
I don't.
It can get. I mean, it's a little shallower at the banks, and then it can swell. And there's where you're at right now. Deepest part, maybe 12 feet or so.
Shoot.
Yeah, don't dump it in the river.
I was not planning on dumping it in the river.
It's like how you get
What
rid
do
of
you?
it.
What do we do? What do you have in mind?
Unfortunately, leaving a carcass around, being like, well, no offense, would be like injured rabbit to wolves. I think the best idea would be to either bury it or burn it. It's a rather large creature. Burying it
I'm not going to be able to bury it in a timely fashion.
Exactly. Honestly, I think it would be best to build a fire and.
Well, we're not going to be able to do that right now. Not here. Maybe.
I'm speaking from experience on this one. So yeah, that mare is not currently healing.
It is a fairly dense canopy ahead of you.
Yeah.
Within this forest.
So basically, take the body and of the horse, break it down, and
I'm gonna load Mayor and Augustina up, and we're gonna move the cart because it's gonna be easier to move the party than to move the horse. So I figure it's best
Fair.
if Mayor doesn't see that.
And you still have, I mean, right now within the day, you still have a few hours of travel you can do.
yeah. Yeah, we'll break down the horse and
I'll go find a campsite and pitch camp. While they do that.
dispose of the remains.
Are you actually trying to burn it? That's going to have to be a pretty.
I was going to say
fire.
with the canopy overhead, probably not. We'll break it down and bury it.
Okay.
I'm going before he. Are you he now or she now? I'm realizing I'm confused from last session.
I still look like my normal self.
Okay. I'm gonna cut some of the hair from the mane and pocket that for later.
Cool.
So you guys take care of Cookie. Riker travels a little bit down the river or up the river. Finds a decent campsite for the night.
I'll make a meal that is surprisingly absent of meat tonight.
Okay.
Roasted potato.
I am disappointed, but I hold my tongue.
Oh, it's got protein. It just doesn't have meat.
I know, I heard what you said.
There's dried meats if you desire such, as y'all indicate.
I sneak some beef jerky.
Horse meat.
That
You are a horrible human being.
I mean, that was also my thought.
Wait, not want not, I'm just.
But the others, if you all want displacer beast meat to take with you, you could also take that. Little stringy, little greasy, but works. You know, it's like cat. You guys.
Into Kung Pao chicken.
It's almost like it's like a cat.
Meow meow chicken.
So night comes. Y'all take your rests, your watches. The night passes quietly. Eventually, morning comes as you all continue on. Let's do another travel check.
Somebody else. I'm tired of freaking rolling encounters.
Lauren's up.
We're that far into it. I was gonna say, okay. All right. Winter's time.
13.
Well, I mean, Gray, if there is something you wish to do over the night, you can stop me and we can backtrack to that if you so desire.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna take the mane hair, and when I'm, when no one's paying attention to me, I'm gonna be braiding it up,
Okay.
and I'm gonna make a loop out of it.
Okay. And so you do that during the night. Yeah, and as we are moving through, if there's anything that y'all want to do, interject, stop me.
I'm making sure that hide is tanned and set
Yeah.
over the next day and a half, 2
Yeah.
days.
You sort of stretch it out with the cart and
Yeah.
keep moving. Okay.
Oh man, it's like we got carpet in the cart now.
You rolled a 13. Okay. As y'all are traveling, the weather gets a little cloudy in the morning, and then it seems to break apart as the day goes on. And as you're going, when you see a break in the canopy, Mare, you look up and you hear what sounds to be a screech of an eagle or something. And as you look up, you see the very wide wingspan of a creature with an eagle head in front, but more feline, almost lion back. Seems to be flying above the trees.
Nope.
Overhead.
Do I know what this creature is?
Make a nature check.
Probably not. Yeah, just 12.
Okay. Yeah, you would have heard of these creatures known as griffins. Part lions, part eagles. It don't seem to be noticing you as it is flying above the canopies and you all are under it. You just sort of catch a passing glimpse of it. But the day progresses smoothly.
I pointed out as another feline predator to be wary of.
Do we need to
Stina's
roll
in the
to check
cart.
for the bitterness in her voice? No.
It's fairly obvious.
Say,
Okay.
Augustine is in
one
the cart
insight.
and just rolls her eyes.
Thankfully, y'all did have that extra horse tagged behind, so you're not slowed. You set up camp for the night.
Yeah, I'll do some fishing while that thing finishes tanning, because I'm guessing it's not done yet.
Not yet.
And I'll do some. I'll start smoking some fish, some blackened fish, and
Okay.
get it preserved. Some trail meat.
You get some extra fish. It's good. The night passes fairly easily. I would like 3 people to make perception checks.
I make one.
All right,
I'll do one.
1, 2, and so
Well, did someone else?
Work check.
yeah, I think the 3 were Kari, Mare, and Riker.
Perfect, because I'm bad at perception checks anyway.
Just a second, Jordan. I hear you. Kari, what was yours?
15.
15. Okay, Mare.
12.
12. Riker.
22.
22. It's a quiet night.
Good.
Nothing seems to bother y'all as you go. Rory, what was that?
Should I make a leather work check for the Solosian leather?
Yes, you can. Dexterity plus proficiency.
22.
Yes, you managed to complete phase 2 of your pouch, whatever you call it, Solosian.
Solosian leather stronghold.
Yes. Penelope's fortress.
Yes.
This is
The morning comes. Another long rest completed. We need another travel check from somebody.
Augustine.
It's a 14.
14. Okay. As you head off this morning, it seems pleasant, and then light clouds roll in, and then a light rain begins to fall. But You guys don't get too wet as there is a thick canopy and only random droplets fall through. You can hear it hitting gently on the leaves, but it's not heavy enough to fully permeate.
Was our card a covered thing?
No, it is an open.
I mean,
Oh.
It kind of is right now.
Loosely covered with the displacer cloak, displacer hide. As y'all are going, you hear movement off to the right. Footfalls. Heavy. You sort of glance off. Who's taking point on this movement? Who would be keeping an eye out? Who would be?
I mean, Rory's probably leading us.
I'm in the cart, so I'm paying attention to the road.
Okay.
I'll be kind of scouting around.
Who would one person say that you're taking watch essentially? One person make a perception check for the group.
I would be hiding, probably not watching.
Okay, Mare, make a perception check.
Come on, be good. No, not bad, not bad. 23.
23. Okay. As y'all are going, you hear these footsteps and you see off to the right a tall, lanky, green form. It has long black hair that just sort of hangs in front of its face, this long sort of green nose. Its arms are almost as proportionately long with black fingernails that extend off of it as it is walking and sort of lumbering. It doesn't seem to have noticed y'all yet.
I very quickly shush the group and point it out.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Does it say, looking that direction, does it look familiar to any of us?
Rory,
Yeah.
make a nature check.
No. I'm afraid I've already used my good rolls for the evening. I haven't. That was really good.
You had one.
That's my nature.
You had one more left over.
24.
Rory, this is undoubtedly a troll.
Whoa!
You're a troll.
Awesome.
I don't like it.
Accurate.
I'm assuming my tribe has had bad experiences / I have heard of
You know them to be general scavengers. They generally are alone, don't often travel in pairs or groups. You know that they are difficult to put down and are generally best avoided. You don't seem to have gotten its attention yet.
Has it kind of leave alone if left alone, or if he spots you will still be a bother?
It kind of depended on how often does it eat.
Okay.
It's hard to tell.
Well, should I start throwing knives, or are we going to stay quiet? What are we doing?
I think it would be best if we could stay quiet, and if we can't stay quiet, throw as many knives as you can before he gets to us.
Enough. Should we maybe hold here and wait?
Slow the pace down.
Wait for it to move on by.
It might also be best not to have a fire tonight if it's... What time is it?
That's about midday right now.
Oh, okay, then we got time. Let's slow it down and let's wait an hour or so, take a short rest.
Okay. You guys essentially stop for a unrequited lunch. And as you watch, it seems to cut in front of y'all a couple 100 feet and make its way to the river. Spends a little bit of time there. So here. I'm guessing you guys are trying to hide, right?
If I walk over to the river, I just want to see if anything is coming downstream from it.
Okay, make a perception check.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay very quiet.
Okay. Let's make stealth checks from all of you.
It's a 14.
Hello.
I
know my stat for that.
Let's check I make.
Yeah, I would say because you're not trying to move quietly, you're trying to sit still quietly. It's just straight. You don't see anything floating down the river. I don't know if I said that or not, but
18.
18,
23.
23,
16.
16,
18.
11.
18, 11, 15. Wow. Okay. Okay.
That's our best group.
You
still
guys
we've
all
done so far.
make a check for the horses. Okay. So you guys all sort of sit quietly watching it move. It does something. And it sits there for about 15 minutes or so. And then it seems to get up and lumber its way back into the woods, eventually out of earshot from y'all. It doesn't seem to have noticed y'all.
We will quietly pick up our pace,
Okay.
continue our trek forward.
You quietly continue on for the day. Coming to the end of your day, setting up camp. Fire or no fire?
Let's go no fire tonight.
I don't know. It seems like fire seems to keep these all the creatures away.
It certainly
I'm not.
keep cats away, but I'm not too sure giant trolls will be avoiding of fire, or if they might be more inclined to enjoy the heat and the food. And I'll look at you, top to bottom, a little bit more.
Maybe, I mean, Rory, do you know if these things are afraid of fire or not?
Do I know if these things are afraid of fire or not?
You're not sure with that check, I would say. You're not sure.
Well, here's an important question. If we're not going to have a fire, how many of us can see well in the dark?
That was going to actually be my next point.
I would say we divide up watches more carefully. I can see fairly well in the dark and exceptionally well up close. So I don't mind taking a watch again.
And I can see good in the dark.
I see fairly well in the dark as well.
We'll divide
I can't, but I can keep company.
Hi, Sam.
and let us divide along those lines. What's the night like, Wes? Is it a crisp night? Is it cool, or is it a decent night?
It's decent. It's a little cloudy, as you all are camped along the riverbank once again. But
Yeah. Yes. I do believe tonight, though unfortunate, would be best without potentially the light to draw it in. We do have lanterns if something were to arise, but I would much rather not invite long, lanky creatures of the forest into our domain.
Yeah, set up watches then.
all right, so 3 people make checks for first, second, and third watch.
Preferably the people who can actually see in the dark.
I can see in the dark.
Okay, and
That
I'll
doesn't do.
the 3 people, you can make your checks at advantage as you have the aid of those on watch with you.
Who do I have with me? But I have Rory. Rory, you on watch with me?
Whoever you are.
Who's
Okay.
putting up with me?
Sure.
Yay! Dina is so much fun.
All right, so Mayor, watch.
5.
25. Okay. Gray,
It is a 16.
16. Riker, 13.
I don't have a modifier for perception.
It seems to go quietly.
16, sorry.
No. Nothing catches y'all's attention. You don't seem to hear or see any movement. And then as the morning comes, Rory, you would know today should be the day that you will arrive. That's your tribe. And with that, we will pick up there next week.
Okay.
Well done, y'all.
That was fun.
Well then,
That was sad.
Sorry.
Dick.
You were in the rear. I looked at it and I was like, yeah, it's going for the horse.
You're a jerk.
Sorry.
We got some backstory though.
Yeah, great job, y'all.
I want to know. Okay, was the glowy thing like? Was that a you or was that a your power thing that you were describing? I couldn't tell if you were like describing the spell or if you were describing like your person.
Hmm?
Yes, you.
You don't know.
The one that glows.
Yeah. I was closer. Do I know? Could I tell?
It was all glowing. The glow radiated
everything
from
was-
her and went into her spell. It was all glowing.
Everything was magical.
Everything was glowing.
That was a good job, y'all. That was well
Yes.
done.
We have
We have a
a
displacer hide now.
we have a
Yes,
displacer
we
hide.
do.
And so we will
Can't wait to see what can become of that.
That's good.
pick this up next week. I'm real
That's where
excited
the leather workers get to actually do something now.
as y'all go into the tribe.
Yay.
It's gonna be really-